Hello my loves, this is Natalia. I'm live with you again on Tuesday morning. So I said I was going to go live all this week, so I'm here again, and we were going to do something a little bit different today. So you'll see the teacups lined up there. We're going to be having a look and do a little tea leaf reading for you. Thought it would be nice to have something different, something, you know, it's nice to change it up a bit, isn't it? So if you're here watching live, give me a shout out, give me a wave, let me know how you're doing. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, what can we expect today? What is today bringing for us? Do let me know, because you've had your day already, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of day lies ahead for all of us. So hello to Marianne, good day to you. Nicole, I'm gasping because Nicole South has been waiting forever over there in Australia to receive her Oracle and Beauty, her Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty cards. I can't even say it. It's my deck. I don't even know what it's called. She's been waiting and waiting, poor Nicole, and she's finally got her cards. I'm so excited. That's everyone now. That's everyone, I think. If you haven't got your cards, do let me know. So who have we got with us? I've got 20 of you already. Christina on the Gold Coast, I hope you're having some beautiful weather there. Good evening to you. Hello to Julie Heyman. Hello to Sarah Bolton. Good afternoon from Vicky Ray. Hello to Helen O'Connor. Anita Smith's here. Jill Scales is here. Oh, my tongue's tripping over my words this morning. Hello to Lane Sagar, to Anna, to Claudette, to Christina Cunard, and to Nancy. Hello Nancy. Angela Davis is watching. Colette de Pasquale is watching. Shell Jabat's here. Hello from Down Under, Joy. Well, hello to you. Good evening to you. Hello Karen Williams. Jane McGuinness is here. Bundaberg, Queensland. Linda. Oh my goodness, you're all from Down Under today. This is so exciting. Hello Sheila Hamilton, hello Mary Fink, hello Marilyn Clifton. Oh, I tell you, Facebook, there is a tea leaf reading thing, module in there. And what I've done is, so if you've got that workshop already, then you can practice your tea leaf reading, go back and redo it. If you haven't got that workshop and you just want to learn tea leaves, you don't want to learn all the other psychic stuff, then I have created that as a standalone module, which I'm going to share the link to now, so you can go off and order that if you like. It's just £3.50. It has a full A to Z of meanings of tea leaves, and also a 25-minute tutorial video where I'll be showing you how to do tea leaf reading, from brewing your tea through to turning your cup over and interpreting it all. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're having a tough time, Breda. Breda, is that how you pronounce your name? So lots of love to you. Can we all send Breda some love? I'm very well, Kelly. Thank you very much. Shelley Barnes, hello in the Isle of Man. I used to love the Isle of Man. I used to get kippers from there. I used to work over there, and we had a prudential office there, and that was under my jurisdiction. So I used to have to go over there quite a lot. I loved it. Gianna, good morning. Have I said good morning to everyone? Oh, Vanessa Dempsey. Hello, Vanessa. I loved seeing your beautiful photographs of your walk the other day. Absolutely glorious. Sandra Yaskiel's here. Good evening to Christiane Cotterill, to Marilyn Clifton, and I think I've done it. Okay, so whilst I talk about anxiety, I'd like you to all think about these 3 cups. Would you like 1, 2 or 3? Pauline Reed, hello. So think about whether you'd like 1, 2 or 3, and we will tell you what the messages are inside your cup. I cannot wait. So I want to talk, before we go on to the teacup. Hello Deborah from Kentucky. I want to talk about anxiety a little bit. Now, you know, I know at the moment anxiety is probably very high in the world because of world events. I'm not going to go into world events because we all know what they are. And there are many things that come from those world events that make us think about what is going on around us. You know, all of this stuff is surfacing a lot of things. And of course we have the full moon in Scorpio. So that's probably why you're teary, Breda. Because we've got the full moon coming up on Thursday, and that's making us dig deep into some of the things that we aren't aware of. It's illuminating them, and other things that we've maybe not dealt with, we haven't wanted to know about, like the weeds in the garden, and then they suddenly get really big and you have to deal with them. So anxiety comes up because it almost feels like there's just all this stuff raining down on us and we can't deal with it. So a lot of the time we can deal with it. It's like when we go out in the rain, we have an umbrella, it covers us, it's fine. But what if the rain starts lashing? What if the wind starts blowing and blows your umbrella out, inside out? So we do crumple at times, and we do get overwhelmed, and that is where the anxiety comes from. That is where that feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, lost, stuck, and it's all going on in the mind. It's all going on in the upper chakras, the throat, the third eye, because we cannot see beyond what is going on around us. We can't see why it's happening to us. So one of the best ways to deal with anxiety is to sit with it for a little while. Just, you know, that hole that starts to appear, and you slide into it, and it's almost like you're in this hole and it's dark and you just don't know how to get out of it. But the next thing with anxiety is to then say, okay, how is this serving me, or what is this teaching me? So I, like you, many times have been anxious, have been upset, have been distressed, destroyed, broken down, you know, to build myself back up. And one of the things that has really worked for me is to learn how to ask the question that when I'm like, woe is me, I then ask the question, and what is this teaching me? And so I would say my life has changed in terms of being able to empower myself again. Not immediately, not instantly. You know, if you're feeling anxious, you're not going to go, oh, an instant solution to this. But it's to use oracle cards, it's to use angel cards. I'm just going to turn my camera around and you'll see that I've been doing readings this morning for other people, and I've got all of these various oracle cards. And I always ask the question, if I'm feeling upset or feeling fed up, I just grab the oracle cards, whichever ones I'm drawn to. You don't have to have loads like me. I do this for a living, so these are the tools of my trade. But if you have a deck of oracle cards, to just pull a card, and so, you know, and we're just randomly pulling that card, and it's saying the Grail Knights, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. So, you know, what is that telling you if you're feeling anxious? Like he's gripping onto this cup, you know, the Grail Knights was the looking for the Holy Grail, and that's like a metaphor for life, isn't it? We're all looking for the Holy Grail, and sometimes we're grasping onto it so much that he's not seeing what's going on around him. He's just obsessed, and sometimes we have to release that obsession. And sometimes when you let go of the thing that you're most anxious about, you know, if something disappointed you, you didn't get what you wanted, sometimes when you just go, I don't care anymore, you get what you want. Isn't it? Isn't that the truth? It's almost like when you're a child and you ain't seen nothing yet, Nicole. I've got a whole cupboard above my head that has loads of them in there. When you're a child and you're bugging, you're pestering your mom or your parent for something, for some sweets or chocolate, and you go, I want, and they're going, no, you're not having it. And then when you say, okay, I don't want them anymore, then you might get given them when your parents are good and ready. They might have secretly bought you some, and when you're behaving yourself, you're going to get them. So that's how anxiety works, really, where we lash out against whatever is going on around us because we believe we're entitled to something better. But what is this teaching you? What is it telling you? And the other thing to help to calm anxiety, I find is wonderful, is holding a gemstone, a crystal, and even better to do a meditation if you can. Even just some breathing exercises, or go for a walk. Just do something to calm you down. So grounding crystals like agate are wonderful. This one is the most amazing for soothing when you're anxious, when you're feeling like, because you know your throat chakra is a big area where we can hold on to anxiety, and so it's about that whole kind of self-talk, isn't it? It's like, oh, it's all going wrong, everything's a disaster, you know, the panic. So this is blue lace agate, and all of those bands, they just look like waves, don't they? And it's so calming. One of the most mindful things you can do is take a crystal and just look at it, as we spoke about yesterday. Now, there are certain people that I absolutely adore who are ASMR artists, and so it's ASMR, and I think it stands for autosensory meridian response, and it's sounds that give you a sensation of gooiness and loveliness whenever you hear them. So for me, when I hear anybody tapping like that, or talking in a very soft voice, making, you know, if somebody's wrapping something up in tissue paper or in crackly paper, that makes me go all gooey and really soothes my my worries and fears. So you can go on to YouTube, and there are lots of people who have channels with ASMR, and I guarantee you, if you find the right person, there's one in particular that I love, and she's called Whispers Red, and she does the most amazing ASMR videos. Like, we'll sit down and have a cup of tea together, and she'll be making the tea and talking to you, and she's just beautiful. So that's another way of soothing yourself, any anxiety. All is well, all is always well, my loves. Okay, ready for the tea? Let's have it ready. Get the teacups. So have you all chosen a teacup? 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to show you, if you chose number 1, what is in your teacup. So let's have a look. Now, straight away, can you see? It's like a little dragon. It's got its little chin, its mouth open, the nose. It's little. They always have like a little horny kind of thing on their forehead, or where the eyes are up. It's just like a dragon head. Can you see that? Now this teacup is made with green tea and peach, so they're quite big tea leaves. So depending on the different tea leaves you use, you get a different effect. So what I'm seeing, the message for you if you chose number 1 is dragon, and this is all about power, coming into your power. So I always look at the message in the center of the cup first, and so this dragon is, you know, there are other little dragons surrounding it, but it's looking ahead. It's really concentrating on what is ahead of it. So this is about you not being distracted by other people or arbitrary things that are floating around you that are almost kind of niggling at you and trying to create conflict. He's not looking up, he's not looking down, he's not looking back, he's looking straight ahead to the present, this which is represented by the handle of the cup. So this is the message for you if you chose number 1. It's really important for you to look ahead, look into the immediate future, not to the very far into the distant future, and to just keep on keeping on, and not to allow yourself to get bitten or distracted by any of the things that are going on around you. I think that's wise advice for all of us, isn't it? The dragon is about being powerful, it's about being fiery, and it's that fire energy. It's about that ability to be fired up, empowered by our passions. What are we passionate about? What do we want to start a fire around? What do we want to keep a fire lit with? So it can be passion for love in a love relationship, it can be passion for a project or hobby, or just, you know, certain things that have come up for you lately that you think, yeah, I really need to change that up in my life, and I'm going to start doing that. What else have we got in this cup? See if we can see anything else. around the top of the cup. Now I feel as though this is saying, so this is you motoring along. This is the things that are around the top of the cup near the mouth of the cup are the things that are happening very soon in the future. And so we're going along really nicely, blazing a trail, and then whoop, a little hiccup, but you never go down, you are on the up, okay? And that's what you're aiming for, and you're going to get there, okay? So it may be that you are crawling along and then all of a sudden you take a dip, but then you're going to fly. So whatever that dip is coming up, just know that you'll be on the up and up again soon, okay? So that is the general messages for you with that. I also see a dolphin leaping. Do you see that? Like a flying fish. So this is about, any ideas, because it's above his head like a light bulb. Anything that you want to do, any ideas that you've got could be very lucky indeed, and you've got to have the passion to pursue them, okay? And you can do that, you can do it. Alright, so that is number 1 teacup. Let us bring number 2 in. So I've used different tea leaves in all of these cups. This one's a really interesting pattern that we've got with this one, because this has green tea again, but it was in like a silky kind of tea bag, and they are smaller, more kind of ground down green tea leaves. So what's going on in here? So I can see there's a person there. Can you see? There's the head, the arms, the body, and they're almost kind of, trying to ground themselves, balance themselves, and then they're juggling. They're like balancing something on their head, a bit like a circus performer, where they put like something in their mouth and then they're spinning a plate on this piece of dowling or this rod. So juggling that, and then juggling these things here. Juggle, 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 and then trying to keep their balance. So this is about saying, so whenever I see anybody doing something like this in a teacup, it's like, have fun with it, because anybody that you see who's like a street artist, who's a street performer, an entertainer who's doing the juggling, the balancing, they're very adept at it because they've been practiced for years. They're entertaining a crowd in the street, so other people are watching them and you're like, wow, look at that, aren't they so good? And they're usually quite funny. And so you can do this, whatever it is that you're trying to balance, that you're juggling, do it with your smile on your face, even though you've got this stuff being balanced on your chin here. And it is about being able to balance a few things. Now, this could be very much about you being able to balance 2 different jobs, 2 different income streams. Some of you at the moment, you're homeschooling your children whilst you're trying to work, trying to juggle your finances, trying to keep your health really strong, trying to do fitness and all of these other things. So many things going on, but you've got this. That is the message from the universe. And I see all of this stuff around you are all of the cosmic support, the cosmic team that you've got. You've got so much support from the universe, and other people are watching you and going, I don't know how you do it. You're amazing. So Helen O'Connor says you see a mermaid, and you know what? The whole thing about tea leaf reading is about what you see is the most important thing, because it's what you're meant to see. Okay, so if you see a mermaid, then what is that telling you? So think about that, have a look at the spiritual meaning of a mermaid. Now, because this has been such an amazing kind of cup with all of this detail, I'm going to look at some more things. So again, we've got this person, and they've got, can you see they've got their feet wide apart, and they're almost kind of really grounding themselves, and their neck is really long. They've got short arms and a long neck. So to me, that's saying to you that over the next few weeks, you're going to be able to keep strong, to stay grounded, keep your feet on the ground, keep on, you know, concentrating on what you're doing, but also keep your eye out, you know, keep your neck long, and look out for opportunities while staying grounded. So it doesn't feel like this is a time for big change at the moment. This is a time for juggling things, for keeping on with what you're doing, but looking out, doing a bit of opportunity spotting, but do not drop the ball, okay? Do not drop whatever you're doing. Really important message for you there. And what you love, so can you see it's above your head? You will find that, you will connect with that. You've got a lot of little love heart shapes in here, can you see? There's a lot of love coming your way from your angels. And I've got to talk about this overall pattern. It looks like a fish sort of encompassing. Can you see that? Looks like the tail there, and then this is the pointy sort of head of the fish, and then it's circling and circling all of that stuff that's going on in the middle. So that, to me, the fish is very much about emotions. It's about keeping your emotions in check. Even though your emotions are swirling around you, you've got to stay grounded, you've got to stay focused, can't drop the ball. Don't allow your emotions to sabotage what you're doing. And this is also, the fish very much represents Neptune, and this is about imagination. This is about health, staying healthy, staying well, staying strong, and being able to imagine what it is that you want to metamorphosize into your life, what it is, the ways that you want to grow. But for the here and now, it's all about that juggling, that balancing act. So I hope that resonates with you if you chose number 2. And number 3, are we ready for this cup? So this one I absolutely loved. Which way round was it that I saw? Okay. So first of all, I can see a horse. Can you see a horse's head there? Could be a unicorn as well, because it's got like, it looks like a horn coming up there. It's like the little nostril of the horse. Can you see that? So the horse is not galloping anywhere. So sometimes you'll see a horse and it's racing. It's standing still. It's really taking everything in. It's being very intuitive and taking things steady and slow. So sometimes we have to really enjoy the pause when the pause button is pressed in our lives, and this is a beautiful time for you to gain some inspiration. And this almost looks like a rabbit. Can you see with the long ears? So the rabbit is almost kind of locking horns or locking heads with the horse or the unicorn. So rabbits want to go really fast, don't they? They want to hop around. If this was a hare, it would be racing. But then we've got this horse that's standing still, and so there's almost like a battle going on between the intuition and the ego for you. So the big central message is that you are going to come up against this thing where I want to move fast, I want to move forward, but I can't, because there's so many things that are going on in the world about me. It may be governmental things, it may be the stuff that's going on with viruses around the world, the economy, all kinds of things. And you're being asked to just stand firm and to wait, to be patient. And I hate that message. I really can resonate with you right now if you chose this cup. Like, I don't want to wait. I just want everything right now. But look, there's a bird there flying like when people paint birds on a painting, that you will be taking off soon enough. And it's about this battle of wills between your ego and your intuition. And let your intuition win every time, okay? Allow it to win. So Janet, you're butting heads with your own speedy thoughts. We have this bird, look, it looks like a bird, and its wings are down, it's about to flap. So I feel as though the next 6 months is going to be a really important time for you taking off with things. But it's got to build, okay? You're building. Let's see what else I see in here. I'm just going to turn it around a little bit and see if there's anything else that I need to tell you about. So yeah, when we look at this part of the tea leaves, can you see it's starting off as this almost like a little mouse, and then growing into this rabbit that is going to fly, that is going to go really quick. So I feel as though in 6 months' time, so by the time we get to around October time, November, that you're not going to recognize the way things are shifting and moving. So they may be stuck and stubborn right now, but you're going to go into this period of where the hairs are racing, where you're able to move forwards. And it may feel a little bit like it's a time when, I'm just seeing if I can see anything from a different angle. I do like that angle better, the unicorn and the hair, where you just have to press pause, because pausing and reflecting is the wisest thing to do right now. And soon you will be flying. Okay, that there is no doubt about that. And you can wait 5 months, can't you? And it's not as though you're just going to be waiting and you're going to be like in prison and then all of a sudden you're let out in 5 months. Everything is going to pick up speed. It's going to start to move and gather pace. You'll see. I know, that's the story of our lives, right? Patience. Maybe that's, one of the biggest lessons that we're all learning about everything that's going on around us right now. Patience, how to be patient, how to reflect, how to press pause. So I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different for us today. Colleen, you are definitely put on this planet to learn patience. So if you've enjoyed that and you want to do a little tutorial to learn more about doing your own tea leaf reading for yourself or for others, this is an ancient art. It's also super powerful. You can do it every day. You can do the cup of the day. Say, what is my message for today? You can actually ask a question before you make your tea, and then you can see what the answer to that question is within the tea leaves. So I just posted the link to the tutorial. So have a go with that if you'd like to do the tutorial. If you've already bought my psychic development workshop, you have this tutorial already, okay? So you don't need to buy it again. But if you'd like to buy it, it's only £3.50, which works out about like $4.50, something like that. So if you want to do a nice little tutorial for yourself today and learn exactly how to read tea leaves for yourself and others, then you can do that. And can I just also add, you can do this with coffee grounds as well. If you don't drink tea, you don't have tea in the house, you can do the same thing with coffee grounds. It's quite an interesting texture and pattern. The Turkish people do that a lot. I met a Turkish lady and she read my coffee cup and I loved it. So I'd always wanted to read tea leaves. I'd always wanted to do it. And over the last couple of years I started to really apply myself, and it really is fascinating. It works. You can also take a photograph of your cup and then look back at it, and maybe look at it the next day and you'll see different things. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today, and I hope you've enjoyed today's messages. So take care, my loves. Have a wonderful day. It was very fun sharing a cup of tea with you this morning. Bye for now.